Yep, there it is.
What do you know?
She did help us out.
Well, she took it
What are you looking at me? Why don't you have a freaking phone that has a clock on
I'm waiting for you to say go. I don't want to be 3 seconds early and get mad at you.
it? Gotcha. It's good, it's close enough, it's like almost.
Is anybody else coming?
Actually, that's low.
I was gonna say.
That's because we need to fix it, we don't need six.
That was a big one.
Do it.
All right, good evening, everybody. We're gonna call this Planning Commission meeting to order. We would like to start with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Lori.
I pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. For the agenda tonight, we have the New Durham Estates final plat map. Would you like to come up and explain what we've got going on here?
I'll try and do so. Good evening. My name is Todd Leith. I'm an attorney in Valparaiso. My address is part of the record. I filed the application that's before you. With me is Tom Fath from New Durham Estates. Charlie Ray from Doolin Group also joins us. He is the design planner for the project and has prepared 27 sheets of engineering drawings, which includes the primary plat, which is what we're asking you to do both in primary and secondary stages. Under the zoning ordinance or your subdivision control ordinance, we are asking for approval of a 55 lot plan subdivision. This is a wee bit different than what you would normally find in that it is still a mobile home park. Tom and his group have a very avant-garde, cutting-edge plan to lease to homeowners their mobile home lot and own the home that he will sell them. This is affordable housing in its most basic and best form, if you will. So it's a very affordable twist on home ownership, where they have a manufactured home, but they're leasing the land, and they have a very long-term, stable home environment, which is, as we said, very affordable for them. But in order to do that, we have to create lots, and that's what the plat process is all about. So with Doolin Group's assistance, we prepared and submitted to you a plat of subdivision laying out lots that will be part of the subdivision that turns into leases long-term under our arrangement. The details, if you have any questions regarding the details, I'm going to ask Charlie to answer all of the hard questions, if you will. The process and how we got here and why we got here, I can handle that along with Tom's assistance. So with that, this is a noticed public hearing. So my suggestion is that you take comments from the public if there are any. I'll be happy to try and answer the questions that come from that public hearing, and then your questions that follow. But with that, I'll reserve the balance of my comments in response to those questions.
Thank you.
In speaking to Mike earlier, speaking to Tom earlier, he explained that this had been approved at one point in time already before.
So this project, and here, I don't know if you were, this was back in 2001. The layout is very similar to that project. We enlarged the lots, reduced the number of home sites. We do tap onto the county road. Before we didn't do that. We thought access, that would help with access, especially emergency vehicles on the Willow you know how when you go back to
Yep.
Willow and Ash, so if we have off that county road, it'll make it easier to get back there too, because this new project does tap into Willow as well. So, but it's very similar to that. We did enlarge lots. The homes that are going in there, just like how we started the first phase of the project, everything's on a 4-foot crawl space. They're all manufactured homes, 512 roof pitch. They have garages. The homes we're putting in this development are all cross mods. So last year, we've set 2 different types of homes. We've set the single section cross mods, which we put 2 up by the highway. One was actually the first in the country that was on the National Mall. That one that's the, with the black garage door, if you've seen out 421. So that is considered, that's a single section home on a 4-foot crawl, addition, and a garage. And then we also set a double section cross mod behind it. That's like a traditional subdivision home. It's got attached garage integrated into the manufactured home. But these homes were designed for subdivisions. So what we're looking at doing is a long-term leasehold agreement to we've been working with Jen Ledbetter, Rick Heights. This has been like a 1.5 to your project now. But we've been working also with Fannie Mae to develop a conventional mortgage in a land lease community. So what that does is it brings your interest rates down, home payments down, and that's what we're trying to do, is to offer a more affordable option for, these are higher end home, like the homes are on a 4-foot crawl, and they have better aesthetics, and that's what we're trying to do, especially in this development. And you kind of notice this development is kind of separated from it's part of New York Estates, but it is its own separate, it'll be treated separately. So, still a manufactured housing community. We've been working with people from the state. It's been a lot national level, a lot of people involved to try to pilot this concept. But I do think it'll be a really big success, and it'll be really neat to see it take off. A lot of people are watching it to see how it goes.
So is it already decided what homes are gonna go on the lot, or is that dependent upon the people that end up leasing the lot and wanting to buy it?
So the homes aren't completely locked in. We took all the cross mod floor plans available. There's some lots that are a little bit more restricted than others, based on setbacks. That's why we asked for the 15-foot setback in the rear, give us more options on home sites. But yeah, there are certain, like along the 421 corridor, we envision a single section cross mods going there along the highway, but everything else being double section cross mods in the development, like it's been. If you look at the first phase, all those are double section homes. A lot of them have, before we did a lot of attached garages, and then we kind of went to detached garages, and that had a lot to do with HUD and our industry. Now this cross mod concept came out, which has allowed us to go back to attached garages again. And that's what we want to continue down. So, and a cross mod, so what's different from a cross mod versus a manufactured home? Cross mod is a manufactured home, but it has a 512 roof pitch, 4-foot crawl space, drywall with a garage. It has to meet all the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac criteria. So it's like there's special guidelines by the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac for them to be considered a cross mod. So, and a lot of it's to do with finance. It's all to do with finance.
They're also asking for a variance to vary the rear yard and front yard setback by 5 feet. And the reason is because on the front foot variance, all the other units that are there that will be coming along that are already existing, we didn't want to set them back 5 feet and make it look weird. So it's actually, we're doing the 5-foot variance.
To make it the 15 foot?
Yeah, make it look the way it should, all lined up. In the backyard, we have that 5-foot variance on that because some of these units are a little bit longer because you have more square footage. So,
and all the utilities in the development are private, so we'll be on city, we're on city sewer right now, but all the sewer infrastructure in the development is private. So we maintain it, maintain that whole infrastructure, and then the water will eventually be Westville water, but all the main service lines are all maintained by New York Estates. So when it comes to setbacks, we're the ones working in the setbacks, New York Estates is. Along with snow removal for the roads and everything else. That's all part of it.
So that won't change, like when the water changes, you guys will maintain those roads?
We still maintain the roads, water, sewer infrastructure within our boundaries.
they would maintain all the utilities and the road. And then eventually they'll be using Westville water and sewer. Well, they're using Westville sewer now, but they'll be changing over the water too.
Yeah. Once it goes from the master meter, it's ours.
but they'll still maintain all of the infrastructure within their own development. So there would be no burden to the town for that.
And that's one of the unique things about, I think one of the unique things about manufactured housing communities, sometimes a subdivision can be a burden on a city or a town because it's very high density, you have a water leak, it involves close proximity to people's yards, fences, we handle all of that. So that's something the city doesn't have to deal with, but yet we're still in water and city water. So, same with the roads, when it comes to plowing, maintaining all that, we handle all the costs and burden.
If you had to point out anything that would be a negative, would there be anything
A negative for the city?
for the city?
No, not that I can think of. Really, it's kind of a good opportunity, picking up water and sewer customers without taking on the infrastructure costs. We have flock cameras in all our entrances, so as we get the 6th entrance, there'll be another flock camera, so that should help. We have a screening process for our residents, so that helps. It's all private development, so it's kind of all within our boundaries. We try to partner with the town whenever we can, but
I was gonna say, based on what Tom's doing and the whole group there, there's other parks now looking at that same process too, because now you can get affordable homes that, you can't, like, we worked with a project in LaPorte, and they said they're gonna build affordable homes. Well, they popped in at 375, and 375 is not an affordable home. And that's why this makes it more attractive to people. And they have facilities there, they have, a gym, they have a pond, they have all different kinds of things to do there, and they're right next to the park, the trail. And so I think it's really a great project to bring people that want to stay and are forever here.
we are seeing a lot of drive from families. We got younger, a lot of people starting off are looking at this as an option. Previously, we had a lot of people downsizing, but there's a lot of younger families. Big drive for that, but we got a lot of people downsizing too. The single section cross mod we featured, that's kind of, we have someone downsized and someone starting off.
And the crossline homes are all, they're built like regular houses. They all have drywall, they have quartz countertops, they have washers and dryers, they have, it comes fully loaded. It's pretty amazing. I've been through them, and I was in Kentucky looking at them too. And I think it's going to really help a lot of people. So.
Also too, from a lender's point of view, these are deemed to be comparable to stick-built homes. So it's not like you have to go out and look at another, actually, like any other type of manufactured housing he has in development.
Because cross mods either have to be compared with other cross mods or stick-built.
Correct.
Yeah.
When you say double section, that's like a duplex, right?
No, so double section home, that's like 2 halves.
Oh,
Triple
okay,
section would be
okay.
3 halves, but, yeah, so single
I
section
follow
would be
you.
1/2, like,
I follow you. They come shipped as two
sections,
sections.
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
And they even make triple sections too. but-
Right.
we're not getting that.
This is kind of getting into the weeds a little bit, but what I'm really excited about your plat is that I see the potential to adopt some of these standards in other parts of town where we look to put affordable housing up. And so
Yeah.
that could be a plus, because our zoning, it prohibits building that is affordable for people either starting up or downsizing, even though they want to put a new home on the soil.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty, and they are looking at like, the single section, these homes we're putting in can go, they're designed for private we're doing it as a manufactured home kind of concept, or manufactured community concept, but a lot of these are designed for infill in cities and towns.
Right.
Especially the single section cross mod, they're designed to go vertical too.
Well, it's
So you're gonna
just,
see single section stacks. with
it's a
attached
positive
garages.
precedent that it sets.
Yeah.
It is, and only because we're using the manufactured home zoning and community is it doable under your ordinance. So it's really a convergence of opportunities. The planning, the cities, or the town's willingness to work with us, the utilities are there. As Tom indicated, we're going to continue those. And then the planning and the long-term leases, that all comes together to make this the affordable project that it is.
Anybody else have any questions from the board? Is there anybody in the gallery that would like to say anything that hasn't already done so?
Just one point of clarification, when we talk single section, double section, triple section, please don't confuse that with single wide or double wide. Completely different subjects.
It's just, if I'm understanding right, it's just the size in which you have to have them in to be able to ship them.
Correct.
Yeah, nobody intermingled that when we were talking earlier, did they?
No.
Okay, I didn't
No, I
think
just
so.
want, I know people can, so I just want to make sure it's out there.
Sure.
Do you have any, I guess I need to look into the, like as far as going too high, do you have any intention of having any of these be 2 stories?
In this development, no, I could see, so on the single section cross my vision, HUD's getting really close on this, but they're supposed to get rid of the chassis underneath, so the metal frames. So the cross mods, we can get rid of the metal frames. What that does is it makes it so your walls, your concrete walls actually support the home. So you could actually put a single section home on a basement. So for say $160,000, $150,000, you have 1,200 square feet above, put a stairwell in your addition, and now you have another 1,200 square foot underneath for a really affordable price. And these are all Energy Star, built to the highest energy code homes. I didn't say that at the beginning, they're all built to the highest energy code. So, but that's one of the, my vision, that if they remove the chassis, which is about a year or 2 away, that would be kind of a cool concept. I don't know if I'd do it on the double section homes, just because price points, the option to remove the chassis is gonna be there too. Because really, it's, on this kind of concept, I think it's more valuable than not having the chassis there. And you have concrete walls, use the concrete walls and be able to support it all. But where these things are so it's like a tank under these homes with the 4-foot crawl spaces. There's so much support under there. Because not only do you have the outside perimeter by 8-inch concrete poured wall, then you have all the blocking underneath and all the additional tie-in. These things are not going anywhere. So. But yeah, it's very good, like very sturdy. So, if you got walls, I think you should, as they get designed, this design changes, I think it's a good opportunity for the industry. But the industry has to look at it. So they're working through that at the federal level.
So if this were approved from the start of the first home going in to the last, what sort of timeline are you looking at?
What I envision is probably like maybe, I would say 2 to 3 year time frame.
2 to 3 years?
What I would like to see, because we want to move fast. Because obviously last time we had the recession hit. I think that impacted the highway widening. So all the data, I didn't mention that impacted our project too, the highway widening. Went from 2 to 5 lanes across. That was a big impact. So we lost sites from that too. So we had to change a little bit. So that's one of the big things why this project stalled. With the financing available, that's really going to help. I mean, we're getting calls like crazy on this project now, but we got to get all we're working with, like I said, we're working with financial institutions to lock in financing and everything else. So, but yeah, it is a neat project. There's a drive for it, and I think it gives our community in Westville another price point home. I think we have a lot of manufactured housing communities in Westville. You know, that's a certain price point, and this kind of raises that bar even a little bit more, a different option. So, and then you still have the site-built subdivisions, you know, town in city limits. So, trying to keep the price points open. So.
Has anybody expressed any concerns to you, or has it all been positive outreach so far?
I haven't had any concerns addressed me, no.
Now, on the cross mounts, are they 2x6 walls?
Yes. 2x6 OSB wrap.
And who's doing them?
So they're built in Middlebury, Indiana, Clayton Homes. There's other manufacturers that make them, but we partner with Clayton. They're the largest. So Clayton is the largest home builder in the country. So they do 50% of the manufactured housing industry, but they also own site-built regular, typical general contractors. They do site construction. They do everything. So they own a lot of builders as well.
When these are moved, are they considered oversized, or are they considered like a super load that would need an
I
escort?
think I know they're oversized. They got flaggers on both sides.
Okay.
They gotta have to be permitted to ship. You can't just pull them down the highway. There's a permit involved. They gotta have a place where it says where they're going to. They gotta have a destination. They're titled, as they're transferred, they're titled like a car. And our concept, we're gonna be retiring the title, and that's why we gotta parcel these out to the title.
Say that part one more time. They start off titled as a vehicle and then you're gonna what?
So retire that title, and that's why we're individually parceling these lots out. It'll be, so we can get that real property. So we're
Okay.
gonna have, it's be titled, and then with manufactured homes, you can retire the title to attach the property. Then it becomes real property, then you can get a conventional mortgage. Yes.
How do people buy it then if it's on leased land? If it's,
It's similar to a townhouse. So a townhouse is not necessarily, doesn't necessarily own the property underneath it,
no,
but it's a regular standing unit.
Yeah, I can sell, buy, lease, a building that sits on land. Nobody's gonna do that, unless they have a long-term lease. That's what we're providing.
I follow you.
So they can have a return on their investment because they're guaranteed occupancy for a very extended lease. We're talking decades. You know, this isn't a 2-year lease or a 3-year lease. This is a multi-year lease. And they have then a return on their investment to purchase the house to place on the lot.
So if they sell it then, like, let's say these people are downsizing and they pass on and they want to pass it on to their heirs, would the heirs have to be approved by
Yes.
New Durham? Okay.
Yes.
And then, let's say they just want to leave the area, like, are they able to just sell it on the market, provided the purchaser is approved by New Durham?
Yes.
Okay.
But again, they have to be approved by New Durham. We have a very close-knit community. We think a very desirable community, and we want to make sure that that's the case. So we want to control the tenants that come in.
Yeah, we're glad you do. As a town, we're glad New Durham has been run and is run the way it
Right, and we want to continue that.
Yeah.
And with these long-term leases, if we make a mistake, it's a long-term mistake.
Right.
So we want to be very careful about that. That's why we have retained the right to approve transfers.
Okay.
So what does that process look like if, like Bill's talking about, if somebody passes away and they receive the home as a, I guess as a part of a will or an estate, and they're not able to be approved, what does that process look like? Does that home then just have to be sold?
So Tom's group would have the opportunity to purchase them out.
Okay.
Or it could be sold too, right?
It could be sold to an approved buyer.
Yeah.
Or, last case scenario, Tom's group would have the opportunity, not the obligation, but the opportunity to buy them out. And they wouldn't have the ability to say no.
So there's a plan and a contingency. It's not
Yeah.
just like there's just one avenue and, okay.
Exactly right.
And we spent a lot of time.
Tom and I have spent a lot of time going over all the scenarios, yes.
And then Fannie Mae has all these scenarios.
Right.
Well, the level of planning is impressive, and to have everybody here, I think it speaks volumes about the way you guys do business, so.
Would we,
You just call for a vote, you make a motion, and somebody will second it
Okay.
to approve.
And we need to do a vote for the variance and the plot, or just to approve the plot with the variance?
I would do this motion stating both of those.
2 motions, or 1 motion?
One motion stating both.
Technically 3, right, Charlie? Correct? Technically 3, the variance,
Right.
primary, and
And
secondary.
secondary.
So three votes tonight is what we would be asking for. The variance for the front yard setback
And backyard.
and backyard,
Yeah,
sorry.
so the variances and then.
And then primary plat and then secondary plat.
Can these be all made under one motion?
I would prefer that your minutes show 3 separate votes. Sorry.
First, that's all right. It's just more typing for me, thanks, Todd.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that.
So I'd like to make a motion that we vote on approving the variance to the front of the plot as submitted.
I think you can do the two variances together.
The
so
two
front
variances,
yard
together, the
setbacks.
front and the back,
Front and back variances, yep.
seconded,
And those are 5-foot variances.
to make it 15 feet total though, right?
Pardon?
To make it 15
Yeah.
feet total, okay.
I'm sorry, who's that guy wrong?
Leanne seconded.
Let me just do all in favor.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. And then the other two motions would be for a secondary,
Primary approval first.
primary approval first for the plot map, for the 55 lots. I'd make a motion to accept that plot.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? And lastly, the secondary approval. Make a motion to approve that. Seconded by Leanne. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Nay? None.
Outstanding. Thank you so much for your time and attention tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Very much appreciated.
Thank you.
I also want to thank you guys for your questions, because I've been to a lot of planning commission meetings where nobody asks me questions. And it kind of scares me, but I'm glad you guys are asking questions.
I have good questions for you, Charlie.
I'm gonna put everything in my motion to adjourn another time.
Do we need to ask anything about old business, new business?
No.
Nope. Okay. If nobody else on the board has anything, make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned at 6:26.
It's pretty neat the way you said it all, you know, to go off on the
You know, it looks good, Tom, because basically your lot sizes are comparable to me, you know, for part town, so.
Right, that's gonna be a major.
Yeah, that's one of the unique things, like if you look at our community compared to others, typically, like the east side development,